Hello and welcome everyone to Star Citizen Alpha 3.3. This is TroubbleGum's guide to bug hunting. First of all, I want to tell you about how to find bugs. So, finding bugs is pretty easy. You just jump in the verse or jump into Arena Commander and you do anything you would usually do. And then, maybe at some point you find a bug. But the easier way to find a bug, of course, is to jump into the game and do something you wouldn't really do. For example, what I'm doing here, I'm firing this gun, then switching to selfie mode, and you can notice that the sound stays pretty much the same. Now, when I do this, let's stop firing here. When I do this, I fire from inside. It sounds much different, but now if I switch to the turret view, the sound doesn't switch around anymore. So this is a pretty nice little bug I have found, and this will be the example I use for the sake of this tutorial. Now, since I have found maybe a new bug, maybe one that is already known, I should first check the issue council on the webpage. To do that, go to development, then issue council, and of course, Star Citizen Alpha 3.3. So I'm now in the issue council and you can see these different tabs over here. You have all, contribute, prioritize, and so on and so on. The way I recommend searching on the issue council is to use only one keyword. For example, in this case, Valkyrie. So I will then check with the version we have here. So we have a lot of V3 builds, of course, these are relevant. But maybe, let's say we want it from this month. And we should check maybe for something audio, maybe most contributed. Let's scroll through the list here. So these are 20 pages of Valkyrie, which I really don't want to scroll through completely. So I should maybe use other keywords, like maybe say audio. How much do we have? We have only 9 pages of that. And even from all time. So we should narrow this down, let's say from this month. And we want to have the most contributed at the top, of course, since that makes it easier to detect duplicates here. And then we should check if there's any other report that matches what I have just reproduced. It does not look like we have seen the audio issue that we just experienced here. So of course, this means we can create a new report. But remember, when you find a bug or an issue in Star Citizen, you should always check if there's already a report on the issue council. You should usually use just one keyword to search for it and then scroll through all the reports, even if that is a lot of work. Okay, so since I have found an issue for which currently no report exists, I should then go to add report up here. And of course you want to put in a very precise description in the title of your issue council. So in this case, this should be something like remote turret sound does not switch or does not change. Let's say it does not change when switching to selfie cam. This is a pretty long title, unfortunately. In Anvil Valkyrie. Maybe we should change this to turret audio instead, since the first keyword we were searching for was audio also. So there seems to be no other report, as we already verified before. And then we should continue to the next step. So this should be, of course, category audio. Platform, we are obviously on PC. We are in the current live build of alpha 33. Down here in the steps to reproduce, we should give a pretty narrowed down description of which steps to take to reproduce the error. Since we did this in, of course, Arena Commander and single player, as I just did, this might be an issue that doesn't exist in the PU. First step, of course, is spawn an Anvil Valkyrie in Arena Commander single player. Enter the remote turret. Enter one of the remote turrets. Remote turrets here. Then start firing. Hold the key. Wait, this should be start and keep firing, of course. Start and keep firing. Hold the key for selfie cam. Actual result is, of course, turret fire audio does not switch to turret fire audio does not switch to internal audio, stays external or external / remote turret audio. And vice versa. We will of course include a video here that I will upload to my channel as unlisted. I usually use a software like OBS or Shadowplay, for example. You can use that for recording the error, so it becomes more clear which issue you are talking about. Expected result, of course, should be turret fire audio switches to internal audio instead of staying external audio. Okay, technical repro should be always, of course. Since I can always reproduce this error, I have done this many times, I have deleted my user folder. So for this step, you should maybe close the whole game, close the launcher in between, delete your user folder, then launch into the game and verify that you can do it again. Evidence, we should of course then link to the YouTube URL. So I will upload a video of this and link to it. So I now have uploaded a clip to YouTube and I will link it here. Submit the link. And it should be in there. I just create the issue council report. Now, of course, the error which we have found is pretty broadly defined. We defined it as only happening in the Anvil Valkyrie. This may happen in other turrets as well. And also, it may not happen only in remote turrets. It may also happen in normal turrets or from the cockpit. We should definitely try that out. So here we are back in our Valkyrie remote turret. Let's exit this seat and see if we can reproduce this error with maybe the cockpit turrets. With the cockpit guns, sorry. Enter the seat here.
Flare online.
Let's see if this is possible to do. We fire the guns. Yeah, this switches around. Let's see. Yes, we can indeed confirm that this is not only an issue of the remote turrets, it may be an issue of the Gatling guns only. We cannot verify it currently on this ship, but we should of course spawn in another ship to try if that happens as well. So I have now spawned into a constellation. Let's see how we do. This does not seem to be the case, so I assume it would be only Gatling guns. Let's see if we can find another ship with Gatling guns. I have therefore spawned into a Hornet. Let's see. You can clearly hear that there is a difference in audio, whether I start shooting in first person or looking at the selfie cam. Therefore, we can verify that this bug occurs with Gatling guns. So we have now narrowed down and broadened our issue. We can say that this does not only happen for the Valkyrie, but for other ships as well. And we can also say that this does not happen with Gatling guns. Let's edit our issue council report. To do that, we hit the edit button in the upper right corner and fix our information accordingly. So let's see. We can delete the Anvil Valkyrie here. We can also say that it is not remote turret audio, but generally Gatling gun audio. And we should also check our steps to reproduce. We don't need to have the Anvil Valkyrie here anymore, so let's just say spawn a ship with Gatling guns. And we don't need the step with the remote turret anymore. This is still correct, of course. And then we save our issue council report. We have now modified our issue council report to reflect the situation as we have broadened and narrowed down how it happens. So let's sum up what we have done here. First of all, we have found a new bug for which you have kind of to develop a sense how to do it. Then we have searched on the issue council if there's already a report that exists. Next, we have, since there is no report, created a new issue council report. Then we have tried to broaden or narrow down the issue. And last of all, we have of course edited our report to reflect the broadening and the narrowing down. And that's pretty much all you have to do. And if you follow these steps in the future, you will probably get invited to Evocati pretty quickly. Thank you for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this little instructional video. If you like my content, of course subscribe to my YouTube channel and maybe follow me on Twitch to see me live next time. I'll see you in the verse.